Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Hey Sister Girl. We are so glad that you are here with us tonight. My name is Robyn Herron, and I am your CarnivorousGrama, and I'm also a certified health coach. And I have a certification in Standard American Diet, which we do not recommend. And I'm also KILTS certified health coach at this point. So that's pretty awesome. Excited about that. So tonight we are going to be talking about metabolic trajectory. The fuel your body runs on influences immune behavior, inflammatory signaling, hormone balance, mitochondrial function, and cognitive resilience over time. These are biological processes that are happening at the cellular level every single day. So recently on my show, CarnivorousGrama Speaks, Chatting with Doctors, I had a conversation with Dr. Annelise Barron. She's a Stanford professor and researcher, and there was some really profound statements that came out of that conversation that I had with Dr. Barron. And so tonight, we want to talk a little bit about that. We want to talk about how ketosis changes the signaling inside the body, how sugar influences immune performance, and how brain health is deeply connected to metabolic function. Also, we're going to build around 4 clips that we pulled out of that conversation that I had with her and explain what they mean for long-term health decisions. So I'm going to go ahead and start with ketones. And so ketosis is a signaling state. When most people hear the word ketosis, and the title of tonight's show is We Choose Ketosis. Why we choose ketosis? We choose to be in ketosis, right? So when we think about ketosis, a lot of people think about body fat. And so the deeper conversation is about the cellular signaling. So we're going to go ahead and watch a clip here. Let me pull it up. I could have been ready. Let's go.
Beta-hydroxybutyrate. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the main ketone your body makes when you're truly in ketosis. That molecule, beta-hydroxybutyrate, inhibits the inflammasome, which is the key engine for inflammation. So the inflammation and the pain that comes with it, and should I mention also mood issues that are related to neuroinflammation, anxiety, depression, bipolar, those things can also go into remission pretty quickly, because as soon as you have the beta-hydroxybutyrate in your blood, you'll inhibit that inflammatory power.
Okay, Gie, tell us about it.
I know. So listen, I want everybody to know this. I did not watch those clips because I wanted to hear this information just like you. But before I get started, hey, everybody, my name is Gie Brown, the lifestyle changer. And I, too, am a certified nutritionist in the Standard American Diet. That's how I can tell you shouldn't do it. I always like to bring up and let you know that, number one, I am not a medical doctor. I am a woman who once had blood pressure issues. I was on medication. I was once inflamed. I was just telling somebody today, fibromyalgia, spinal stenosis. I had all of these things going on. The first thing that I decided to do, that's not the first, the 12th or 13th thing I decided to do, because you're always trying to find something, was become a vegan, because I was told that vegans are at the top of the food chain and that is au naturel and that's what you should do. I was doing everything right. My numbers said they were normal, but my body said otherwise. It was not. And then I was introduced to the carnivore diet, and we're going to talk pretty much ketones, which the ketogenic is part of. Come on, getting you into ketosis. So whether someone uses the word keto, ketosis, or carnivore, it is a very light carbohydrated diet. And if you truly want those ketones, then the further you go from everything outside of meat, this most definitely will work, but you can access what we're talking about without going strict carnivore. All right. So my husband had issues, and so did I. All right. So now let's talk about that clip. When most people hear ketosis, they think, okay, fat burning, right? That's what she was talking about. But what Dr. Barron just explained is deeper than fat loss. Okay. Ketones, specifically the BHB, are not just fuel, they're messengers. I might even repeat this again, but this is what's sticking with me right now in my head. In the mornings, in the afternoon, before you get ready for work, before you get fabulous for church, and you are looking in the mirror, your body is constantly sending you signals that you're either covering up or ignoring. I can't say that enough. I think have you ever seen a scary movie, something, and the person is behind the mirror and it's a two-way mirror and they just really trying to get your attention and banging on it, and then all of a sudden you might look around like you'd heard a noise or something. That's what's going on in your body. You're looking in the mirror, it's sending you signals with red eyes, bags of, not the bags, the dark skin and stuff under the eye. Even this bag that I talk about, that's my body signaling me about my lymphatic system.
Mm-hmm.
Part of getting rid of things. I just shared with Robyn right before I just got my blood work back, and I'm not going to take over this show talking about them good numbers that I get. Okay. But two things I was drawn to. One, it said I had some inflammation in my body. But I've been eating right for almost 3 years. What do you mean I still have inflammation in my body? Yes, that lymphatic system that I've been talking about with the drainage, inflammation is not our friend. Okay, now let's get back to the thing, to what I was saying. All right. The ketones, they tell the body how to behave. So they're messengers, and they're telling the body how to behave. And here's where I want to put a pause, because inflammation is not random. It's signaling. So I guess if I would have kept going with my script, I could have let you know. And when BHB down regulates inflammation pathways like that NLRP3, nope, I'm not breaking that down for you. What that means in real life is this: your body stops screaming. At some point, it's doing this behind the mirror, and it's like, look at this, check this. It's trying to do signals and everything, right? So what does it? That inflammation turns into insulin resistance. I explained the insulin resistance on the prior show, where I'm gonna give you a short version. So everybody in the restaurant that works there is insulin. All the customers is the food that you ate. So the insulin needs to service the people sitting in the chairs. All the people coming in is more food that you're eating. But the people sitting in the chairs the insulin has not even finished feeding them, taking care of them, right? With insulin. You're putting more, so now it's sitting 2-3 people in a chair. They standing some over in the corner because you keep eating, so the food keeps coming in. Insulin is like, what do we do? What do we do? Okay, well, we're going to have to turn that into diabetes because we can't get over there and service that food that you're eating. So I want to kind of give you, and so it's starting to resist and rebel at the fact that you keep eating the wrong foods. It doesn't have the time or the energy to restore your body. That one body that you have, unless you like finna jump over into another one. This is it. This your one trip to Earth.
Yep.
In that body. Look at your visit. We have to do something different. What else? What you're getting autoimmune flare-ups. Mm-hmm. Come on, Crohn's. Come on, lupus. Come on, name some more for them. Give me what's another autoimmune that everybody Crohn's, irritable bowel, a lot of these different things. Eczema, okay? Here's one: brain fog. Now, just because I couldn't think of that answer, that was not brain fog. I am very clear in my thoughts, okay? Here go another one for you: stiff joints. Ooh, after you sit for a while and you go stand up and your whole body clapped up over like that, yeah, that's a signal. It's even preventing you from standing up straight, hollering at you, help, help. And it's doing all this to get your attention. How about swollen ankles, swollen hands, puffiness all in your face? It's sending you every signal from the inside saying, we need help. We need you to stop eating that. We need you to change, but you don't. All right. So now with that signaling and what ketosis does, when done consistently, it quiets that internal alarm system. This is not about low carbs for fun. This is about metabolic tone. This is when your insulin stabilizes, when your hunger stabilizes, when your mood stabilizes, when your energy stabilizes, and when inflammation lowers, the body can finally repair and defend it. You can't even fight off a cold half the time. It's so funny in our community where somebody will be up under the weather, and a lot of times, a couple of days later, you done bounce back, 3 at the max. You had to have really come across something for it to be more than that. So that's why I chose this way of eating, not because it was trendy, not because I was tired of being inflamed, not because I wanted to be told I'm fine. I did this to be in the best health and condition that I can be, because I don't want to be a burden to my family. And these years that I have on earth, I want to live this out. So, Robyn, let's talk about what happens when we spike glucose constantly.
So here's the thing. You had said something that was so profound, and I was like, I need to show my picture about signaling, right? The body signaling. Okay? Just have a look at this lady. Look at her. What do you think her body was signaling in that before picture?
And you know the sad part, Robyn, they would just turn around and do concealer under the eyes.
Exactly. I found this product called concealer. And if you look at my pictures, you would never see that because I always had a lot of makeup on my face, covering that up. No one told me that that is signaling that your body is, there's something going wrong inside of your body. I thought that was eczema. Come to find out, it's too much sugar. So we're going to take a look at glucose exposure and immune response. So let's have a look at this clip.
When you eat,
let me do this one.
And here's the thing, when you eat sugars, you directly and immediately weaken your immune system for at least 5 hours. Now think about how most people live still, people that are not on a ketovore, carnivore diet. They eat sugars throughout the day.
Yep.
And, you know, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I typically just have coffee in the morning. I do put some whole milk in my coffee, so that's not strictly carnivore. And then I just have dinner. I usually don't eat much otherwise. But every time you eat more than, say, 20 grams of carbs, your immune system shuts down for 5 hours.
Your immune system shuts down for 5 hours every time you eat sugar. What are we talking about here? We're talking about how elevated blood glucose affects something called neutrophils. So neutrophils are a type of white blood cell. They're part of your immune system, which is your body's first line of defense against infections. So when they're functioning optimally, neutrophils identify and help eliminate bacteria and other pathogens. That video, she talks a lot about how a lot of our issues are caused because of these bacteria and pathogens, infections, and things like that. And that is really, when we lower our blood glucose, it allows our body to deal with these chronic infections, right? And so having these white blood cells being able to be activated is very important. And when we're shutting down our immune system for a time, you think about how many times a day we're eating something sweet in particular. You get in the morning, you get a donut, you know, in the afternoon, you get some cookies. And then at the dinner time, after dinner, you're going to have a little cake or something, because you got to have something sweet after the meal, or you're going to have some fruit. And every time you do that, so can you imagine your immune system, how it is fighting? You pretty much are blunting your immune system throughout the entire day. So after a significant glucose spike, our neutrophil activity decreases for a period of time, which she told us is 5 hours. Elevated blood sugar also increases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress refers to an imbalance between free radicals and the body's ability to neutralize them. So your body is literally fighting for its life. And we talk about this all the time when we are eating these high volumes of sugar. Carbohydrates is what we're talking about, right? High carbohydrates. And she mentioned in that clip that if you're eating more than 20 carbohydrates a day, you're eating too many carbs. So oxidative stress does damage to our cells and tissues. And then repeated throughout the day, our glucose spikes contribute to fluctuating immune performance. Again, I showed that picture. I'm going to show it again. This is a person who is struggling with blunted or deactivated immune response. Like my body was literally fighting, trying to fight that off. And so we want to keep our blood sugar stable. That is our goal. And that is our stated goal on this show. This is what we talk about all the time, where we're always talking about eliminating sugar, keeping those carbs low, eating a primarily meat-based way of eating, because carbohydrates is sugar. And then allowing our bodies to heal. And so Gie just talked a lot about that, about how our bodies are designed to heal themselves. But every time we keep adding sugar, we cause our immune system not to be able to respond appropriately, and literally shutting down our immune system for 5 hours. So we've already talked about inflammation. We've talked a little bit about immune signaling. Let's talk a little bit about brain health, because metabolic signaling does not stop at the bloodstream. So Gie, walk us through the connection between metabolism and dementia.
There you go. So this is what that we're going to do. So am I supposed to?
I got the clip. I'm going to put it up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, wait a minute. It's supposed to be a clip.
Yeah, let's play the clip.
Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and all of the accompanying other kinds of dementia. There's one called vascular dementia. There's frontotemporal dementia. They sort of name these diseases differently based on which nerves or which brain region is affected. Increasingly, I really believe those are everything I've just listed. Okay, all of it. Those are all the same disease, actually. They have different names because they're occurring in different body compartments or brain regions, but they're really all a function of the immune system not functioning properly, and they're all caused by, so here's the game changer. They're all caused by chronic infections.
Wow. The one thing I can say, I've done some research and stuff in regards to dementia, especially when I found out that they're calling it type 3 diabetes. I first thought that wasn't true. So when y'all be trying to tell me something, I have a smartphone, so I do the smart thing and I look it up and found out that type 3 diabetes is real. It's true. And they're classifying it in regards to dementia. Some people used to call it sugar on the brain, because we knew. But somewhere we're not making a connection that they're offering this to us and we're supposed to say no. That's not making sense because it's FDA approved. It's in the grocery store. It's in the corner store. We're supposed to be safe when we see these things. Yeah, it might not be the best, but we can still eat it. Yeah, and make you sick. So we're going to talk about the brain. And this is where I will get a little serious because aging is not just about wrinkles. All right. It's your cognition. You want to be able to recall memories. You want to be able to know who you're speaking to. I can't imagine my loved one not recognizing me. And I've seen people turn this and monetize it, just going through the different stages. And some of the people are mean to them. I mean, you going in and your mama don't recognize you and telling you to get out and all this other stuff. It was the food that they ate.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. We keep telling you it's behind the food. You need to find the right food for you. If you are a vegan, if that's working for you. But before we go any further, where my vegan thing at? Hold on, media. Well, first of all, look, this me and hubby. Huh? Yeah. No, here are my vegan days. That was the sad American diet. And that was me as a vegan. But on the right, that's me now as a carnivore. So when Robyn and I are talking to you or Robyn and I are sharing, we show you the pictures. We took the pictures. We have the proof, okay, of what's going on. So we are watching dementia on the rise. We're watching memory decline even earlier. Because remember when some of y'all were growing up, you ain't had nobody in school with you as a diabetic. Now you go to the elementary school and the kids got to go to the nurse's office and get their finger prick before lunch. And then after lunch, according to what they've eaten. Those are the babies. Some now, they didn't turn around and invented the one that you can just have the insulin pump. If they created a pump, a lot of people need to use it. All right. So we are sitting back watching people forget themselves. And this, and what the research is showing, the brain can become insulin resistant as well. Your brain will resist as well when you are overpowering. When you were naming the different times of eating, the one that gets me when you're driving, especially a long distance, you even stop. I spent $50 at a gas station once before, having all them kids and stuff over in the car, telling everybody you can only get 2 things, and just loading them up. All of that matters. When you're sitting at your desk and that sugar start dropping, you need a bag of chips. And then you go to lunch, you get the big gulp. Oh, you think you done got a bargain up in there. Okay. All right. The brain will become insulin resistant, which means glucose is present, but the brain can't use it efficiently. That's not what it needs. So the energy drops. Mitochondria, that is the power plant. That is the warehouse of it all inside of that mitochondria. Guess what happens with it? It struggles. And when the mitochondria struggles, inflammation rises. You win. You won. You won the race. Go ahead. Raise your hand. Get yourself a great big old ribbon. You won. You outworked your body. It is shutting down on you. It has sent you signals. You look in the mirror to me, oh my God, I gotta get rid of this. Ooh, wait, look at it. Ooh. You done did all of that. It's signaling you. Yeah. So at this point, it's going to give up. That's when you got to rock to get out that chair. All right. Now, here's the part that should make you lean into what I'm saying. Ketones will cross the blood-brain barrier easily. Okay? Hear what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, glucose getting over, insulin is being resisted, but the ketones, come on, they can cross over. They don't require the same insulin staging or signaling. They provide clean fuel, okay? Clean fuel. Listen to what I'm saying. That's the fuel that your body needs. You're bringing these illnesses onto yourself. It wasn't hereditary. The only thing that's in common in the family, y'all eating the same food. And these things are happening. All right. Ketones will provide you with that fuel. Less oxidative stress, more stable energy. And here's the real pillar for me. You ready? Fuel flexibility is survival flexibility. You really want to flex? Then bring out the best part of you. Bring out the non-sick version of you. Bring out the low inflammation version of you. I promise. You remember, did y'all ever say being older, boy, if I had this knowledge and I had that younger body, I would be something. Well, baby, I'm there. Huh? Because I'm the size that I was back then. You couldn't have never told me that that was going to happen to me. In my 60s, shut it up. If your body knows how to run on sugar, you are metabolically fragile. That means bones gonna break easily, all kind of stuff. Somebody sneeze in an airplane, you caught it. That's just how weak your immune system is. And you did it to yourself. If your body can switch between glucose and ketones, you are metabolically resilient. That's trajectory. I'm going to get that word. You are choosing today what brain you'll live with later. You know how they tell you work hard now, you get to play hard later? Everything is about the now. You are right now building your future. How you want it to be. Think of your brain. This ain't had anything to do with fear. This is ownership of what you are currently doing to yourself. Robyn, let's make this thing practical. What you got?
All right, I got to show this comment here. Lance is here, and he's saying that his mom fasted in the hospital after surgery. 5 days fasted. Mind sharp and doing amazing. She was finally able to eat. Only choices are full of sugar. 2 days later, she's confused and her mind is cloudy. He also says sugar acts fast and hits hard. Absolutely, 100%. It is the insulin resistance in the brain. It's really challenging. All right, so Annelise did amazing. I mean, I feel like this is really one of the absolute best shows that has been done on my channel. So good, so profound, and so interesting, the things that she talked about. But after she can explain all this complex science, she broke it down to some very simple guidance. And so I want to just share that with you. I just want to share it. Her final thing.
I've been talking about all this science and pathogens and all this. You don't even need to know any of that stuff. All you need to do, like Dr. Anthony Chaffee, is just eat meat, salt, and water, eggs if you can tolerate them, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Boom. That's it right there.
Just
it's the simplicity of it. When we go back to the basics of what we should be eating as human beings, all these things in packages, boxes, bags with a list of ingredients as long as your arm, those things are not food. We want you to prioritize complete proteins, particularly animal-based proteins. But like Gie said, if you're a vegan and that's working for you, okay, that's good. We want to make sure that you get adequate dietary fat for satiety. So we shouldn't be going around needing to eat 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. This is a symptom of us having too much sugar, and our body is fighting. And, we're having these glucose and insulin spikes, and that causes hunger. And then we want to minimize, reduce, eliminate our refined carbohydrate intake. We want to cut that down as far as we can. Gie and I are both carnivores. We try to get as close to 0 carbohydrates a day as we can. But if you want to be a ketovore, or you want to be a keto and you're doing 20 carbs a day, that's great. Get into ketosis and allow your body to heal. So these 3 things: eating complete proteins, getting adequate dietary fat, and minimizing your carbohydrates will reverse that glucose volatility, as she was just explaining, and support insulin regulation. So if you want, that is really the foundation of what it is that we do and what we talk about here. Eliminating those processed foods. Again, also eliminating toxic seed oils. Those are highly oxidative and cause a lot of oxidative stress to your body. So toxic seed oils include vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, Crisco. I was just watching a movie. I seen a clip from a movie, and they were like, Crisco, oh, it looks so good. It looks so creamy. It looks, cook the best fried chicken in Crisco. Crisco is a toxic seed oil, right? So we want to allow our insulin, our glucose and our insulin to lower toward our baseline levels between meals, which means that when you're eating this way that we're talking about, you're not going to be hungry all those times a day, and it will allow your body to level out and not have those insulin spikes throughout the day. So being consistent with your habits, those are the things that are going to make the change. So Gie, we've talked about signaling, immune function, brain metabolism, and food structure. Close us out by bringing this back to why we chose ketogenic living.
There you go. So I've shared with you guys, like, my husband couldn't walk. Really quickly, when I say he couldn't walk, pay attention.
Oh, you're on mute.
It doesn't kick itself back off because I don't let the whole video play. Now this is him now.
Go, Frederick.
That's him. Yeah, y'all, carnivore did that because we were sitting there and lost in regards to what was going to happen. So let me just say this. Food is not just a calorie. It's not calories. I need you to think of it like this. Food is instructions for your body. Think of it like that. You look down at the plate. What are you trying to teach, and what instructions are you trying to give your body? All right. Heart, I want you to work well. And let me just say, some of us, like I said, okay, we're falling for the ads. We have the Cheerios commercial. Oats are for animals to fatten them up.
Yes.
Corn, all of that. We're eating things that it's not even proper food for you. So how would it give an instruction? The only instruction it can give is destroy the cell. Destroy this, allow cancer, metabolize this, that. I don't care what you put in your mouth. It is instructions. That's how I need you to look at that. Yes. You are instructing your body what to do. Either you're instructing it to heal itself, or you are instructing it to destroy itself. The choice is yours. How is that diet working for you now? Every time you eat, you are sending a message to your cells in your body. You're sending it to your organs. You're sending it to your heart, your bloodstream. You are sending message. Sugar says, spike, store the fat, repeat. when you go ketosis, it is burn, repair, stabilize. Pick the choice. Pick the path that you want. And over the years, those signals will build your future. I did not look like this 3 years ago. This was not me 3 years ago. I am an entirely new person. I am an entirely different person, because not only did I give my body the right signals in regards to food and fuel, as I'm saying, I work on my rest. I stop all of these flashing lights and stuff in front of me to make me a better person. I do this because I want my brain to work until till my deathbed. I want to be able to look and say, I heard what you said. Didn't I say? Yeah, that would be me. That would be me all the way up to I leave the earth. I want my immune system to be resilient. Just because somebody sneezed in the next car, I should not end up with a cough. Okay. I'm resilient. I want strength. I want clarity. Yes. Not occasionally. This is how I want to live my life. I don't want to go on a diet to get into the outfit to go on to the vacation and then lose my mind on the vacation and go back home. And it's like, well, I had the vacation now. And then just keep giving myself the wrong information. Food is information. I love that. That's a new one now. Put it down. All right. Yes. But let me ask you this. If tonight hit you and you are really realizing that you need structure, that's why Robyn and I both coach. I have yet to talk about, last week was the first time that I even talked about coaching, because Robyn and I both coach, but we both have different styles. All right. Me, I offer both of us a 90-day on-ramp. I think that is the name of yours, 90-day on-ramp. If you need your hand held and you really want this stuff broken down all the way and you want those calls and you need that buddy, Robyn is the one for you. Okay? It would not be me. Okay, grown person, because I wasn't there when you was cooking the food. I wasn't there when you was earning the money to get it. And I wasn't there when you was at the store buying it, knowing that you wasn't supposed to. Okay. I offer a 90-day metabolic reset. All right. It's contained. We're going to simplify the food. We're going to stabilize your insulin. We're going to remove your sugar dependency. Okay. So this might all of a sudden sound like I'm going to send you into rehab, because sugar is a drug.
Yes, it is.
So listen, I said that to a lady, and she might be watching the show tonight because I met him here on the ship. And she said, yeah, but a crackhead will steal from you to get their drug. I said, you ain't never took the last cookie knowing that it wasn't yours.
Ooh.
And I sure did. I don't know. Ooh, that just like came out, because I'm ready for y'all. You can put that stuff on in. I am ready. Everything is related to that food. All right. Another thing that I will do is build consistency, monitor your biofeedback, teach you how to read your own body. This is not a diet culture that I am offering you. This is metabolic literacy. You will be wiser when you finish with both of us, but I can only talk about me. All right. So how does this work? For $149 per month for 30 days, inside of a 3-month cycle. That's what I charge. All right. And I think the first 15, it's only $99. If you go to checkout and it says $149, then those tickets have been bought already. All right. GieBrown.com. What you're going to get: structured implementation guidance, Marco Polo. We always tell you about the group for your accountability, community support. It's in real time. It is a 3-month process. What you get ready to do, because you said in December that you was going to start in January. At the end of January, you had already had one foot off. The other foot you were slipping on. February, you say, okay, I tell you what, I'm going to start again in March. We in March. What you waiting on now? May, June, July. 3 months. July, you're going to want that swimsuit body. You're going to want to at least go outside with a shirt with no sleeves. Call us. Reach out. The information is there. Go ahead, Robyn.
Yes. G already talked a little bit about my coaching program. You guys can find that at CarnivorousGrama.com. You see my website scrolling across the bottom here. Reach out. Let me know that if you want to have an initial discovery session with me. Also we have a question, G. Before we go there, we have one question. I think we should answer it.
Okay.
All right. How do you start basic without crashing?
Oh, well, that's my friend Selena. Selena, that's one of the things that you're going to crash. Let me just not lie to you. Okay. If you have a high sugar carb diet, now there is a transition, and we do try and help you, not with the headaches, but boo, you're a drug addict. You're going to have to detox. You can crash, or we can take it slow. All right. But all of it comes from you not wanting to go backwards. So you're going to go right with them hard decisions, all of that. Uncle Charlie, what is that? I lost 150 pounds on the carnivore diet. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Uncle Charlie. Very good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go. Good. Get the information out.
Uncle Charlie's telling us that there's another YouTube tonight at 8 o'clock. You guys go check it out on Carnivore Talk. All right. So let's talk about Impact. Impact is coming up.
You want to see this in person. You want to taste the food, see the doctors, meet the people, have some fun. There it is.
Yes. So Impact 2026 is going to be right here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. This is Impact Meetup and Eat Up with CarnivorousGrama and Friends. September 5th, Labor Day weekend, 11 to 4. And hey, stay for the after party, 4:30 to 7:30. You can get your tickets. Just pause this right here and go ahead and scan the QR code. Come and meet us. It is going to be so much fun. Last year blew us out of the water. And so we are looking forward to seeing you here in Kalamazoo for Impact.
I just enjoy being in Kalamazoo. The name itself, huh? Come on now.
Yes. There really is a Kalamazoo. So we're so thankful for you guys being here with us tonight. Impact 2026. Come on out. We wanted to just share a little bit with you from that video of that I did with Annelise. You guys check the video out. It was really, really good. And thank you, G, for supporting me in this conversation.
Listen, I want to, first of all, I'm older than Jada, so she would look like me.
All right now.
Until next week.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week at 7.